everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shruti. In this video, I will show you how to interact with input boxes and radio buttons. Input box and radio buttons. To show that, I will take the same URL that from tutorials point. I will take this URL and let us create a separate test file. I will say input box and radio button dot spec dot ts. Okay, so let us import two test file, test and expect. Okay, from playwright test. Now let us create a test block. Test. First we will create one test for input box. Async keyword and pass page anonymous function. Okay, so what is the first step? First step is we need to launch the application. So how to do that? Await space page dot go to and paste that URL we copied. Okay, so now next step is here we have elements, and under elements we have many things. So we want text box now. So first we need to inspect elements and we need to inspect text box, and before entering the value in this, we need to validate this text box. It has text box text in it, and also let us validate the title has text box in it. Okay, then we will enter value and click on submit. Okay, first what we need to do, we need to inspect this element and click on it. Right click and click on inspect. Okay, it has no ID and no placeholder, nothing. So let us take the class name. Select class, and if you notice, this class has two classes in it. One is accordion button, then collapsed. So just paste, and in CSS selector how to identify the class name, how to get the locator in CSS selector by adding dot. So first I will add dot, then it has two classes. I will add dot and I will remove the space. What I did, I took the class and I added dot and I removed the space. Suppose if it has three or more classes, you have to do the same thing. Remove the space and add dot in it. Okay. Okay. Press enter. It has five matching elements. So what we need to do, let us go to its parent tag. What is it? Parent tag heading. Let me copy that, and at the beginning ash, because that is ID, and paste. Give space. Press enter. So now we got our element. Only one matching elements. So it has five matching elements. So I went to its parent tag ID. Now it has only one matching element. So I will copy this. Await page dot locator, paste that. What we need to do, we need to click on it. Okay, next what we need to do, we need to click on this text box. Let us inspect text box. Okay, it is anchor tag and there is a text. It is enclosed inside an anchor tag. So what we need to do, we can take the playwright's recommended locator, that is get by text. So first let me copy this text and await space page dot get by text. Get by text and enter the text. Remove the space. Let's see if it will not work. Let us give the space. Then click on it. Next, what we need to do, we need to, once we click on it, we need to identify or verify that this title changed to text box. So how to validate that? What is the assertion? We need to add have title. So await page dot, sorry, expect. What we're expecting, we're expecting page to have title, to have title. What is the title? Title is Selenium practice hyphen text box. There is a space. Selenium practice hyphen text box. Now after this, I want to validate this text box because I clicked on text box. Before entering the value, I want to verify the heading is text box. So let us inspect. Scroll down. So it has no ID class. Let us take tag, h1 tag. H1 tag. We can identify the elements using tag also. H1 tag, and it has two matching elements. So what we will do is, let us go to its parent tag. It has ID. So let us copy that ID, ID and paste it. Ash ID. It has one matching element. So let us copy this. Await. What we need to do, we need to validate that it has a text, that is text box. So what assertion we need to add? We need to add have text, to have text. So expect, what I'm expecting, page dot locator. What is the locator? This is the locator dot to have text, to have text. What is the text? Let me copy from here, text box, and paste it here. Okay, now let us execute this and see if it is working till here. So what is the file name? File name input box and radio. Input box and radio dot spec dot ts. Press enter. One test is running. Okay, one test is passed. Okay, so now let us inspect these text boxes and enter the value. So first let us inspect the full name. If we scroll down, we have many elements, attributes to identify this. So we have ID, we have placeholder. So let us take placeholder because it's playwright recommended locator. So how to do? Await page dot, it is not locator, it is get by placeholder, and the placeholder value, that is full name, dot fill. So what value will give test user. Okay, next one is email ID. So email ID also has placeholder. Let us copy this value. Await page dot get by placeholder value dot fill. fill email id is I will give test user at test.com. I don't know whether it works or not. Let us check later. Next is Next is current address. See here, we do not have input tag, but we have text area. This fill method works for input tag as well as text area. Okay. So let us take the placeholder. Await page dot get by placeholder and paste that dot fill, enter the address something 01 test area something. Then we have password field. Let us inspect and take placeholder value. Page don't get by placeholder dot fill password. We will give password only. Okay. Next, what we need to do? We need to click on submit button. Okay. Submit button has a class btn primary. So it has two classes inside it. So what we need to do? Type and instead of space give dot, and for btn also give dot. So one matching element. Let us take this locator. We can take get by role also. Let us take this locator. Wait page dot locator btn dot and btn primary and click on it. Give space. Now let us execute this. And after this, I want to see, so I will give some time. Okay, let us not give. Let me execute this. So as we can see, one test is passed. So let us see in headed mode. Okay. So how to do? We need to add an option that is hyphen headed. Just execute. It launched the browser. So you can see all the fields got entered and it clicked on submit button also. Okay. There is another way to enter the value into the text box, that is, but that method works only with CSS selectors, not with the recommended locators, that is built-in locators. So how to use that? First, let us get the CSS selector for this text box. So we have ID, full name. Let us verify before using it directly. Okay, it is correct. I will use for first text box. Okay. I will comment this. So how to use await space page dot fill. We will use fill method and it accepts two parameters. First one is the locator and second one is the value. The value is test user. Okay, the first way is we can say after the locator dot fill or This is also fine, this is also works. Page dot fill, two parameters, one is the locator and the value we want to pass. And this method will not work with the built-in locators, it has to be css selector. Okay, so let us execute and see this. See, test user is entered. Now I want to show you something important. Okay, so here I'm not entering any value and click on submit button. See, here it is not giving any UI error message like the values are blank, you need to enter the value, or these fields are required. Okay, so we are not seeing any UI error message. So instead, what's happening is, if you notice, it is attaching label to this. See, earlier it was not there. Now, when I click on submit message, the label tag is attached with the error. That is, it is saying the field is required. Okay, so how to validate this case? Okay, see, automation is not about just entering the value and click on submit. We have to validate each and everything. Okay, so we are seeing manually, we can identify that we need to enter this value because it turned red. So how to make our automation script validate this? Okay, so to do that, first let us take this error message. We have label and we have for. Let us take label. So let us create another test. The name we will give is input box error message. It is not giving direct message. Now let us remove all of it. Just till clicking on text box. Okay, let us skip this validation also. So now what we need to do, we need to click on submit button without entering any value. So we have already this line. Let us copy it. And now after clicking on it, we should get this error message. So how to do? That is await space page dot get by label. Get by label. The label is this field is required to be attached. So we need to add the session. So we need to use expect to be attached. Just remember, to be attached. To be attached is to validate the HTML tag is attached. Okay. Okay. Let us execute this. Input. Okay. Class is same. Two test is running. Okay. I could have said dot only. Okay. It is saying one test passed and one test failed. Let me put dot only here. Okay. We don't want that because we know that is working. Okay. Let us go to the error report and see. Okay. Input box error message failed. So it is saying to be attached strict mode violation. Okay, resolved into four elements because here it this label got attached to all these things, email, current address, and password. Okay, so now what I'll do is, instead of taking this label, I will take this ID, that is full error message. Okay, or I can also take full name error message. So it will be, well, it will validate only the full name. Okay, later you can add for all these things. Okay, let me convert this into locator. So locator, the ID, let me copy this, ash ID name. Okay, one matching element. Save, control C, execute. Okay, one test passed. It means once we click on this submit button, we are validating that this error message is attached to this. Okay, this is pass. Now we have another way to validate this. One way is, as I showed, validate the label is attached using to be attached method. Another way is validating this error message by extracting the label text. So how to do that? Let us go here and let me keep this locator in some variable because I want to extract the value of it. So const error label is equal to the locator. So I'm keeping this locator in this variable. Now I want to extract the value of it. So for that, const, I will keep the extracted value in this message. Error message, I will say error message is equal to this variable name because we want to extract the value from this variable name dot text content. We need to use the method text content. Remember this, we need to use text content method to extract the value of element. Okay, so now let me print console.log error message. Okay, so now let us add the assertion. What assertion we need to validate? This error message should contain what it should contain. It should contain this field is required. Let me copy from here. So expect what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this error message to contain this one. Okay, so now let us execute this. We can use either of the method. One is to be attached or validating the error message. Okay. Okay. It is saying that it's failed. Unidentified, undefined. Okay. Let us scroll back. Okay. If you can see, it did not print the message. Let me add await here. We should add await because here it is extracting the text content from this locator. Await was missing. Let me execute this. Okay. It is passed now. So as we can see, it printed this field is required from this console.log. In the next video, I will show you how to interact with the radio button. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And most importantly, please do practice. And thank you so much for choosing to watch this video.